There's a lot of guys that are coming back now. They have the traumatic brain injury, the post-traumatic stress disorder. We have anger issues. They need somewhere to de-escalate. They need somewhere to get the mind right, keep a nice, calm level.
A loss of purpose when folks get out of the service and come home can be pretty devastating. Feeling lost or literally ungrounded can cause all kinds of turmoil in a life.
There was a time period there for about 2 years where I was essentially homeless. I didn't have the means or the way to provide a roof over my head. So what I would do is I was going to school during this time too. I was still trying to better myself, so I would go to school, and then in the evenings I would go and find some bush somewhere and crawl up under there. And that was, to me, that's where I felt safe, because that's all I did in my previous job in the Marines and recon. We would harbor up under some big thick brush and stay there all night.
It's important to me that war doesn't define who I am. I don't want to spend the rest of my life just being a guy who fought in the war in Iraq.
You know what's really healing is, number one, a job, but number two, doing something that's needed, doing something that's necessary, doing something that, having a new mission, having a new purpose.
We are headed toward a time when we will have close to 9 billion people living on this earth. At the same time, we know that the resources for producing food are dwindling. This is going to be the defining issue of this century, is how we are going to figure out to feed ourselves.
Farmers have to save the world. That's our job. Our job is to bring food to people around the world and here in the States.
The goal of the Farmer Veteran Coalition is to hook up the latest generation of veterans returning from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan with viable careers in agriculture. Educational farming retreats for veterans is something that a really unique project that we've developed and honed and seems to work really well. We bring veterans together with an interest in farming. They could be already beginning, but they're aspiring to farm. They're around a theme. It could be organic farming, it could be sustainable animal production, it could be urban intensive vegetable production. And every time there's almost a point of kind of religious conversion of somebody saying, I'm going to be a farmer. This is it,
The Farm Credit System is proud to support the Farmer Veteran Coalition and its members. Farm Credit is getting involved by helping returning service members with things such as financial skills training, business plan writing, mentoring, and other programs. Partnering with the Farmer Veteran Coalition is another way Farm Credit shows how our sense of mission supports the prosperity of rural America and our commitment to the farmer veterans who make our country great.
Our biggest thing right now is funding. How do you fund this thing, called farming, and especially us trying to do something organic, and which is kind of, on one end people talk about organics as though it's, for the lifestyle of the rich and famous, but it's really good food for everybody.
Farm Credit is a farmer-owned cooperative lender with a historic mission of service to agriculture and to rural America. All around the country, local farm credit cooperatives are reaching out to returning service members to help them find ways to enter into agriculture and other rural-based businesses.
I'm not ashamed of my service or what happened in Iraq, but I learned that when working with living things, you become a nurturer instead of a destroyer, and that was a really significant realization for me.
I really see in these veterans not just farmers, but leaders of the farmers, leaders of this next generation of farmers. They're articulate, they're focused, they're extremely entrepreneurial. They've taken on the military and they're taking on agriculture. They're taking on the two hardest things in our society, and they're not even 30 years old. They're amazing young men and women.
Thanks to a contribution from the Farm Credit System, consumers can now find products identified with the Homegrown by Heroes label. You can support farmer veterans by choosing to buy their farm products.